Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Master Class with Pepper. This is the place for new age management skills and lifestyle tips for budding managers like you all. So today's topic is effective communication. So watch the video till the end and subscribe to my channel Master Class with Tapas. Effective communication is a cornerstone of successful interaction everywhere. It involves clear expression of thought, active listening, and understanding non-verbal cues. Tailoring your message to the target audience, being concise, and fostering open dialogue contribution to effective communication very well. Continuous improvement in communication skill enhance personal and professional relationship, fostering a positive and productive environment. Regardless of the communication style, effective communication involves a connection with others. It is a dance with a partner that moves at time in a ways we didn't predict. This means that the most powerful skill you can leverage is being in sync with your audience. It involves understanding and speaking to its needs and then responding to the real time feedback. It means having a conversation that your audience wants to have. There is no value in delivering any kind of communication, whether written, verbal, formal, or casual, if the message doesn't come across clearly. So, communicating consciously while maintaining an interest and including everything your team needs to know is a high level communication skills. Here are some of the communications tips that I have learned over the years that I can share with you. First, keep your audience in mind. Your audience naturally be more interested and engaged when you tailor your communications to their interest. Like if your target audience is your team, then you should be talking about things that your team like or engage in that. Engage their desire and understand, interact with the information that you might want to share with them. Don't use 10 words when one word, whenever the most engaged and committed audience will eventually get bored. Keeping your message simple and concise will make it easier to understand and retain. Remember, you already know what you are going to say, but they are hearing it for the first time. So keep it simple with your audience. Consider the best method to deliver your message. If the information you are conveying isn't urgent, considering sending an email or a memo. This is especially important when communicating expectations. Written communication will give your audience more time to review it, think over it, and follow up with caution. It will also give them a handy record to refer back to you. Then get them involved if you are ever overworked as an instructor, manager, trainer, or a coach. You will be knowing that there are few better ways to learn the new information than to teach it. Ask them for their input or take their role in explaining newer concepts and policies to their colleagues. Then leverage face-to-face communication when possible. Communication face-to-face adds multiple level of information to an exchange, whether between the two people or 200. Often there is a synergy created within person communication that difficult to replicate elsewhere. Here are some of the tips to make the most of face-to-face time with your team, like making a eye contact if you're wondering whether or not your message is getting across. Few metrics provide as much feedback as an eye contact can do. You can easily tell if the person you are speaking to is understanding you, is distracted, worried, or maybe confused, much of which lost in a digital communication. But digital communication is here to stay. Ask for the feedback. Not sure they got it. ask, a powerful technique is to ask people to repeat back their version of what you just said. Often, this can improve retention, immediate understanding, and minimize misunderstanding later on. You can also ask them to reach out to you with helpful ways that can improve your delivery in presentation and other forms of communication. Now, coming to read nonverbal cues. These are various types of non-verbal cues. Yawns, fidgeting, and looking around the room are usually clear signs that your audience is thinking about something other than what you are trying to convey. If you notice this, don't take it personally. Try asking them to share what's on their mind and recap previous point they might have missed, or they adjourn for a later time. Minimize distraction. If you are chatting with someone or a group face to face, keep distraction at bay by leaving unnecessary electronic devices out of the space. Keep them, the attendance, limited to just those who needs to be there, and avoid scheduling at a time when people are likely to focus on something else, like just before the end of the day or before lunch. Then these days is very important to improve your online communication too. Online communication is rapidly replacing office spaces as the primary location of doing a business. And as all we know, as we are all working on a hybrid model, if you are used to working within in person teams, it may be challenging to adjust having meeting, conversation, and even people that collaborate with you or report to you digitally. Since online communication presents a unique way to interact, there are some of the things that I've learned during this COVID period. First, stick to a time limit. Online meeting can be more difficult to focus on since they incorporate the distraction of a nearly unlimited number of settings. Keep the meeting short and to the point, and be especially vigilant about minimizing the potential marathon question and session. If needed, follow up through a uh, some communication tips and method to protect everyone's time. Then be mindful of the other person. Generally, the person presenting is only one who can give the meeting their full attention, especially when working from home. Assume that the participants have multiple demand for their attention and structure the content accordingly. This makes sense, right? Recap important details. A lot of non-verbal and interpersonal cues can be lost over a digital connection. Ensure understanding by recapping the key points again and again. You can either do a quick review in an online meeting or a brief summary at the end of a lengthy email. Don't forget to respond. Be sure to respond to each communication with a quick acknowledgement, even it is an informal one. Although you may have received the message, it is likely that the person on the other end will have no way to knowing unless you let them know. A couple of words or even a like will usually do the trick, so you can understand whether the person has received your message or not. So friends, if you all like my thought, give my channel a huge thumbs up, subscribe it, and share it, comment it. Till I meet next, bye for now. Thank you.